Greetings once again, my friends, and welcome back to Drak's 12 Days of Anime Characters. And without further ado, let's go ahead and get into the next one, number 7, with Naruto Uzumaki of Naruto Shippuden and Boruto Naruto Generations.
But Drak, why not the original Naruto?
How can I say this as, well, bluntly as possible? Every kid character in that series is an annoying sack of crap, and I couldn't bear to deal with them. Doesn't mean that they didn't generate good fight scenes, but most of the time, the kids drove me nuts. In fact, one of my favorite characters from Naruto, the original Naruto, was Kakashi. And that's because there was more to his character than there was to the kids. They're kids! Unfortunately, that's the way it works. In my opinion, Naruto's true development doesn't happen until he hits the Shippuden arc. At that point, it's roughly considered that he's either in his mid-teens or late teens, probably even moving on into his 20s by the end of it. And so at that point, there's a lot more to be able to flesh out with Naruto. In the original series, he's a kid who's trying to prove himself. He's trying to be the best. He's going to be Hokage someday, believe it. But in Shippuden, we actually start to look into how difficult that task might actually be. And even better, a lot of mystery was surrounding Naruto in the original series, that some of it got answered through Jiraiya and other places, but now we actually got to explore who was the fourth Hokage, and who were Naruto's parents. Spoiler alert, his father is the fourth Hokage. And also his relationship with the Nine-Tailed Fox, aka Kurama. And we actually get to see a relationship not only form throughout the arc of Shippuden with these two characters, but also be able to bond into a loving friendship. Especially considering who he was dealing with. The Nine-Tailed Fox was a nasty son of a gun and was not willing to be held really by anybody, and had really no respect for any humans aside from the Sage of Six Paths. So at that point, Naruto gaining him as a friend is a big feat in and of itself, but this is not particularly why he is on this list. As much as we all like to ham on about his talk no jutsu and the fact that he can literally talk anybody down from literally destroying the world, that is probably one of the most endearing characteristics about Naruto Uzumaki, is he's gone through a lot of crap, which means he is a character that is capable of empathy, not sympathy, empathy. He can actually relate to the pain that his enemies are suffering from. One of the best moments that actually best describes this is his dealings with Nagato, aka Pain. You actually get to have a cool couple of episodes going through Nagato's story and how Naruto can relate to that. And he can understand the pain that Nagato went through in his own life. It's not the same, but they can both understand each other's pain and therefore come to a resolution. In my opinion, Naruto Uzumaki is the best interpretation of the shonen protagonist that we have ever seen to date. And part of the reason why is because deep down, underneath all that angst and underneath all of that desire to prove himself, Naruto is a good guy. Naruto wants to be able to be friends with everybody. He wants to save everybody. I love the fact that in certain arcs, yes, he is very dedicated to saving his friend Sasuke, who at this point has done many evil things, but he's also just as dedicated to helping Sakura, to being able to help Sai with his problems. And so at that point, it's not necessarily that he's just the strongest dude and he urges everybody to fight. It's that everybody can come to like him and genuinely want to see Naruto succeed, and he in turn wanting to see them succeed. That's why that character works. I know a lot of people like to bring up the genuine character that is, or the genuine shonen protagonist that people like to bring up is Goku. And Goku probably was that foil for a while, in my opinion, until Naruto came along. And actually does things better than Goku, in my honest opinion. I know that sounds really harsh to say about Goku, but when you look at things for Goku, he's always been motivated by the desire to fight. That's not necessarily a bad motivation for a character like him, but look at the recent arcs in Dragon Ball Super. You could pretty much blame all of them on Goku at this point. You could pretty much blame a majority of the Z plots on Goku. And that's where the problem lies. Naruto has made mistakes, don't get me wrong, but in turn, he acknowledges them, he owns up to them, he is accountable for them, and in turn, he fixes them. And he doesn't fix them by just taking care of the enemy and killing them. In some cases, he tries to find a way to reach into them, to be able to understand them, and maybe get them to call off their assault on the planet. Now, I've been talking a lot about Shippuden, but a couple of you might be asking, why Boruto? Boruto is more of a personal reason. Technically, yes, Naruto is not the main character of that. That would be his son Boruto. But Naruto plays an integral role with his son's development, and one that I can relate to all too well. I'm a dad. I'm a dad of 2 kids. And granted, my kids aren't as old as, say, Boruto or his sister Himawari, but nonetheless, I'm a dad, and I'm going through similar situations to Naruto. One of which is trying to understand my kids, and in turn, he's having that problem with his son as well, so I can relate to that. And a lot of the draw for me towards Boruto is Naruto trying to be a dad. It's also technically Sasuke trying to be a deadbeat dad, but both of those work because that's what I'm currently going through in my own life. And with that being said, that's going to go ahead and do it for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching, and we'll be back tomorrow for the next one.